Alright guys, we are back for more of my 2026 Easter special. We just did a game of Wheel of Fortune for the Nintendo Wii, and that was a whole lot of fun. And we ended up winning $90,650 on that, which was a really good total. And before we get started with our next segment, I did pick up two special guests during the break, and those are Video Game Fan 5.
Hello, folks.
And Come&PartywitchNick.
Hey, everybody. It's just Come&PartywitchNick here.
But anyways, for our next segment, we are going to be playing Sonic Colors for the Nintendo Wii. So let's see how we do. Alright, let's have a great game.
Yes, let's shall.
Alright, let's choose my final course. We're just gonna play through some levels in the Tropical Resort for the segment. Alright, anyways, let's go and get things started with Act 1. Oh, I couldn't quite get on that rail right there. I came close. Get out, your punks! It's time to use the laser! I got a checkpoint, now we're gonna go ahead and bring out the drill. Oh, what the? How did I even get right near that bomb right there? That was not supposed to happen. Another checkpoint. Another checkpoint once again. Yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about. I always love the little announcer when he says when you do those stunts in the air. It always sounds so good.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree.
Alright, but anyways, that's it for the first level. And we start off with a B rank. Alright, let's move on to Act 2 now. I've got a checkpoint there. Alright, going back to using the laser. Ah, darn it. I couldn't quite hit all those enemies right there, but that's okay. What really matters is that we still beat the level.
Nice, good job.
I appreciate it. Alright, so this time we are going to get an A rank. I will certainly take that. Alright, now time to go to Act 3. But yeah, this Sonic game right here is certainly one of my favorites personally right here. In fact, I think it actually does happen to be my personal favorite Sonic game that I really do enjoy.
Nice.
What would you guys say are your personal favorite Sonic games?
Well, for me, I'd probably say I really do love Sonic Adventure 1. I think I made that pretty clear from the several videos that I do on my channel. Honestly, Shot the Hedgehog will be a personal favorite of mine, even because I gave this vlog. And aside from those two games, I also really do love Sonic Heroes. Sonic Ray Knuckles is a great classic. And I guess maybe to round out the list, honestly, Sonic Colors might be someone on top of it. I have to talk with look at it again, but from what I remember, I really did love Sonic Colors a lot. So those are probably my favorite Sonic games.
Yeah, I say those are good choices from your perspective, Nick. And what would you say are your personal favorite Sonic games, Luke?
I would go with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Yeah, I say that is a nice choice as well, right there. I do have that game for the GameCube, and I will say that it is a really fun one from what I have played out of it. But the thing is, I haven't played it in so long. I really should try to get back to it at some point, but we will see.
Yeah, that reminded me, I know I'm talking about my channel here, but I definitely do want to do the dark story for Sonic Adventure 2 Battle at some point. Well, more of course for Sonic Adventure 2, but yeah, I definitely do want to do the dark story at some point. Just, you know, there's been a lot of other things I've been covering, but hopefully if I manage to 500 subscribers sometime this year, that might just be on the agenda.
Yeah, we will see right here, but it does sound like a good plan to get to at some point in the future. And speaking of your channel, Nick, I do hope your Shadow the Hedgehog story grind right here is going well for you.
Yeah, it's going pretty good. You know, obviously, you know, it's kind of been taking a bit of the backseat lately just because, you know, I've been filming shoot videos at once, but it's still going pretty good, and I'm excited to see where it leads.
That's awesome. Alright, we just ended up in an A rank right here at the end of that level. Now it's time to go to Act 4. Oh, what the? That made no sense of how that enemy even touched me right there. Oh boy, that was close. I'm glad Barry managed to stay safe there. Alright, we successfully beat the level. But we're only going to end up with a C rank right here. If you guys are aware, I'm not really all that great at trying to get a good rank right here on the much shorter levels right here in this game. But it is what it is. Alright, moving on to Act 5. Alright, let me very quickly go back here and get those spikes. There's a checkpoint. Alright, anyways, now let's bring out this laser right over here. Another laser. Oh, what the heck? How did that make me go up there? That was stupid. But at least we do have some more spikes with us right here. And we are going to beat that level. Alright, let's see what we get this time. It's an A rank. Alright, at least we didn't do too bad right there on that level. Alright, on to Act 6 now. Alright, got a checkpoint right over there. Alright, let's bring out those spikes once again. Alright, that level's completed. And it's going to be a C rank that we do get on that one.
Very nice.
Yeah, sure, it's not much of a good rank right here, but like I said, I'm just not really all that great at trying to get a good score on the shorter levels.
Yeah, it can be difficult sometimes.
Yeah, I do agree. But anyways, let's finish off this segment with the boss battle. Alright, let's bring out this laser. It always helps to deliver a significant amount of damage right here. Alright, we got him! Now let's grab as much of the rings as we can. Alright, what do we get? We finished things off in an A rank, but we were 3,600 off of trying to get an S rank. That would have been very nice if we got one of those to end off the segment, but that's okay. However, I still say this was a lot of fun right here while it lasted. But yeah, anyways, that is going to do it for Sonic Colors for the Nintendo Wii as part of my 2026 Easter special. But we still have some more games to play, and I will see you all for the next segment right after this, so stay tuned.